What's up, guys? I'm going to be hanging out with you today to give you a little something fun to do if you're at home either on a break or a weekend, or hey, if you're anything like me and can't sit still when you're doing something, like watching TV or watching a movie, and you have to be doing something. I have found I like to make things out of paracord. I have this bracelet on, I've made keychains, so I want to teach you guys how to do that. So if you're ever bored one day and have this stuff, you can make yourself something out of paracord. So right now what we're going to do is a keychain. I think it looks like a really, really intense braid, and it kind of is. Don't let what this looks like scare you. Once you get the feel for it, it becomes pretty easy. At least for me it does, but totally understandable if you get frustrated or anything like that. It's okay, that's why this here. You can pause it, take it back, do whatever you need to do to help yourself out. So, I'm going to get started. And before we do, just a few things. You'll need some paracord or string. I mean, all this is kind of heavy-duty string, almost. A key ring, or if you want to do, like I did, little dog leash clip, or one of these, like a lanyard or anything like that, you can do that. I just happen to have a lot of these laying around for whatever reason, so that's why I'm using this. You'll also need some scissors in case you have too much of the cord at the end, so you can cut it off. And if you have to cut the extra string off, you're going to need a lighter. Doesn't matter what kind it is. This one, I just like the little ones. It's easier for me to work with, but you can use a candle lighter. The only thing I wouldn't suggest is matches. I just don't think that would end very well. But when we come to that step, if it's needed, please, please, please have somebody help you. I don't want you guys to get burned. I burned myself, and trust me, it's not fun. So please, please, right here, please, ask somebody for help. But on that note, we are gonna get started, and I hope you guys enjoy doing these. Again, it's just something fun to do at home if you have to stay inside for any reason, or you just want to stay inside. That's also fine too. So what we're gonna need is some paracord. You might be able to use string. I'm not totally sure, so don't quote me on that. But there's a bunch of different colors. I'm using green because it's my favorite color. You're gonna need about 4 feet of it. No more than that. If you want to go a little shorter, 3 feet. Just because of all the loops and stuff that needs to happen. So, that being said, let's get started. What you're gonna do, you've cut your cord, string, whatever you're using. I'm basically going to fold it in half. So your two loose ends together like that, and then should be really long, and should kind of look like this. Mine kind of looks like a snake. I don't know why. But you're going to take it and put it through the loop. You're going to pull your two loose ends through. Then you're just going to pull it real snug. So you should have something that looks like that on the front. Once you have that, you want to measure out about 5 inches. Now, you don't need to get a ruler or anything. What I do, I'll hold it like this, and up here with my thumb, and I'll measure the length of my palm. And then I like to add a little bit, because why not? So you have your length. And this is going to be your top side with that loop facing you. So now you're going to flip it to where that back side's facing you. And when you do that, I'm going to have mine like this. What you're going to do when you flip it over, so now you're, have it like this, backside's facing you. You're going to hold it, and you're going to take, honestly, I don't think it matters. I'm going from the right, which is this side for me. But you can do the other side, doesn't matter. So you're going to take this little tail, you're going to loop it around the front. So you should have something that kind of looks like that. Now, once that happens, let me get reset. So you have your little loop. Now, I'm going to flip it to where the loop's up at the top for me. I'm going to take this other one and go over the string. Alright, so you're going over. Yeah, I know it's hard to see with my thumb there. I'm trying. So I come through and make a knot. So you should have something that looks kind of like that. Alright. Yeah, that's what it looks like from both sides. Now, from there, it doesn't totally matter. So, I started on my right side. So, I'm going to flip it. I'm not going to flip it. My bad. So, I started with this side. So, next, I'm going to take the opposite side. I'm going to take this side and make a loop and do the same thing. You know, over, under. Alright, and the first couple, I'm not going to lie, might be a little, for me they're always the hardest ones. But again, once you get the feel for it, you should find your groove and it'll be easy. But if you get lost, you can always, and I'll show you once we have a little bit more. So whatever side the loop's on, so it's on this side, so that's the side you're going to start on. So you're gonna cross over like that. I'm gonna take this and go over like that and through. Alright. Pull that, whoops. Pull that down. Whoops. Told you all wrong. My apologies. So I have flipped it now to where my knot is up at the top, just because it's easier for me to work with. But same thing, you're going to alternate. So if you do this side, kind of giving the funky chicken there. If you do this side, then the next loop you're going to do the opposite side. Alright, so get going. And you want them pretty tight together, so you want to pull as tight as you can, try and stretch it out a little bit. And again, if you get lost, see this side's where the loop is, so that's where you're going to start your next one. Put this like that and pull tight, and it should start to take shape here before too long. same pattern. Alternate each time. So, I will be honest with you guys, that when it gets closer to the end, like this, and it's getting smaller, it is going to get a little tricky. But if you've made it this far, you're doing good. You're going to keep doing the same thing. So for me, I have the big hands. So sometimes the tighter the space. So now I have down this itty bitty little bit. You can either leave that there, or you can try and fill it in. I try and fill it in. But that is just me and what I prefer. You don't necessarily have to do it that way. So the back, we're done at this point, almost. The weaving is all done. And now what we're going to do is cut it. So, grab your scissors. And you want to cut as close to the body of the keychain as you can. So I'm going to give us a little bit. I don't want it super close. Again, you can cut it how you want. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space, but not too much. Cutting the other side. About like that. And then this is the step that I want you guys to be sure you have help with, just because I don't want you guys to be the ones getting burned. I don't want anyone to get burned. So please ask for help. You're just gonna make that a little sticky. And then I like to use, because it's hot, I like to use the end of the lighter, or you can really use anything. Since this was in my hand, this is what I use. You got both sides. And I'm just pressing down, kind of sticky part. Now, remember, it's going to be hot, so don't touch it right away. I'm going to melt mine just a little bit more. Make it a little stickier. You don't have to do the extra, but you also at the same time want to make sure that it's nice and fused, or it'll fall apart, and trust me, it's not fun. Yeah, just like that. So I kind of goofed. I have one on the front and one on the back, but it's not really a goof, it's just how it happened. I should have given a little bit more slack, but that's okay. That is our keychain. So I hope you had fun doing this, or at least watching it. And I hope you guys decide to give this a shot. And if you do, show people. Have some fun. Do it with friends, family, anybody you want. So that is your Paracord keychain, and I will see you guys next time.